Welcome back to Witness. With 400 tons of sand dumped beside a disused power station, the music community of Soweto have created an annual beach party where over 10,000 revelers are getting ready to let their hair down.
Is it a please call? For us? Just listen.
The big day has come and Angelina is getting ready to leave. In many ways, Angelina is the quintessential black diamond. Both her parents are professionals and apartheid is something she learned about in school. Today's threats come from elsewhere.
What I do for fun is go out to the movies, to the parties with a couple of friends sometimes. With the HIV and AIDS, it's just a lot of stress, especially to our parents. Every time we go out to the party, they get scared because of what they think is going to happen to us.
Angelina's parents have laid down a few rules. Dad is coming to fetch her at sunset before the party gets out of hand. But meanwhile, it's a beautiful day and her friends are waiting, where else? At the new mall.
This is YFM Traffic.
Heavy traffic anticipated because of the beach party at the power park. The Soweto Beach Party will end at 4 a.m. Please avoid all push routes between 4 p.m. and 4 a.m.
RKO's big moment has finally come. I thought we'd cause a riot or at least be booed and pelted with tomatoes. The one thing I didn't anticipate was this. Something tells me Gigi knew there'd be no one here at noon when the gates opened. The joke was on me, but it wasn't lost on Ian.
Thank you very much.
Or on Fats, for that matter.
That thing is rocking. Can let them repeat the same song.
Okay,
let me talk to the crowd first. Yo, Soweto. My pin, my never fed. My pin, 1, 2, 3, here we go. Oh! It's getting higher!
So, I suppose you'd have to say that the first Buru Music concert in Soweto was a flop, but hey, we had a hell of a time.
Very nice.
Mid-afternoon, and the beautiful people are finally arriving.
West Coast right here. We live in the artist.
Soweto, my ghetto!
Although people have money, going to the beach and stuff is not a done thing. It's a very new thing for people to go away for a holiday. And so I'd say 90% of the people here have never left Gauteng. This is their first experience of a beach.
And the dogs. Look, Mom, I'm in Soweto.
These people are VIP guests. The rest of white South Africa erred on the side of caution and stayed home. This is a pity because the mood is great and it really does feel at least a bit like Jamaica.
And they tell us the fat man's actually an aerobics instructor.
Yes, in the lady. He also plays basketball.
So why is he so big if he's doing all that exercise then?
You know, there's a saying that says fat but loose. He is. Look at the crowd, man. I mean, look at the time, look at the crowd. It's awesome. It's happening. And right about 7, 8, we're looking at a full house, I suppose.
And that's exactly what worries me. If thousands show up but can't get in, what happens? Every last ticket has been sold, but armies of fans are still converging on the site from all directions.
It is such a wonderful day! Guys, if you do not have a ticket, move it on before I get the cops to please remove me. Thank you.
5 p.m. and here's the first sign of trouble. There's a massive traffic jam outside and no sign of the cops who were supposed to keep cars moving.
Are you expecting this amount of people?
This is not out of the ordinary. We just don't have the support once again of the JMPD and the SAPs. We told them the crunch. We just right now need to mobilize these guys, and there needs to be visibility on this road, because if there's visibility, there's not going to be this problem.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Gigi and his co-conspirators are hoping that an act of God might intervene.
Now, Eddie said, and I agree, he says there must be another storm at 2 o'clock this morning.
At this stage, it's still a joke, but the plot is thickening.
Come on!
I don't think we put your mutos on them.
Next problem, performers can't get here.
They've stuck that Shell garage at Old Potchefstroom Road. They can't come in because of the traffic, and it's hectic anyway.
8 p.m. and the party is building to a fever pitch. Traffic is gridlocked for miles in all directions. Nobody can get in or out, and cell phones have stopped working because all the circuits are jammed.
The crowd is phenomenally drunk and happy and excited.
Thank you so much, I love you! Thank you!
These guys are fine, as you can see. It's the guys who haven't bought tickets who are trying to force their way in.
It's 10 p.m. and it's my turn to laugh.
Typical Sowetans.
Gigi's grin is starting to look a bit edgy.
I'll show you. Soweto, volatile as ever. There's trouble on all the perimeters. Guys outside throwing rocks and stones.
There are 30,000 people out there demanding free entry and only 3 cops on the scene. Michelle just raised the commander of the riot police on a satellite phone. She told him he was playing into the hands of those who say you can't stage a World Soccer Cup in a country where the police are useless. So he promised to do something, but here's the dilemma. If they pull the plug, paying customers might riot. But if they don't, the masses outside, attracted by the big beats, might breach their defenses with God knows what consequences. So in the end, they settle for a precarious compromise. The idea is to drop the volume in the hope of keeping a lid on things until the police arrive.
We try our best to make sure that everybody must be happy. I tell parts, himba boom tato. You're such a beautiful crowd, ladies and gentlemen.
And let's hear it for Fats too. Yet again, he's calmed the masses. It's midnight and at last the cavalry is here. Suddenly the mood lightens.
The fence went down and our security were fighting them off like in Black Hawk Down.
And so it all ended more or less happily. But Gigi couldn't resist a parting shot as I left the battlefield.
We made a tragic mistake. Oh, yeah? We should have had the Afrikaans band on last. It would have cleared the place.
Might have also precipitated a full-scale riot, of course.
Soweto might be a wild and crazy place, but you can stage one hell of a party here and live to tell the tale. 2010, roll on.
You either understand it or you misunderstand it. And you know, there's no in between. You know, those of us who are passionate about this township will forever sing its praises. I mean, this is glory.
Soweto Beach Party, Johannesburg's most infamous township, stretching its wings 30 years after it rose up against the oppression of apartheid. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time for Witness.